People should know September 23rd, we'll have the 218 signature. 7 days from that, we'll have the vote. First week of October, this is going to pass. There was someone who was coming in for Cheryl Connolly's seat, and that got us to 217. On September 23rd.
In today's breaking story, Donald Trump faced a harsh surprise at Windsor Castle in the United Kingdom. Trump's ongoing controversies continue to draw international attention. As much as the former president might prefer the Epstein issue to fade from public view, it continues to resurface. Momentum is building in Congress to force the release of Epstein-related files. Lawmakers have announced that on September 23rd, the 218th signature will be secured, enabling a vote within 7 days. By the first week of October, passage is expected.
People should know September 23rd, we'll have the 218 signature. 7 days from that, we'll have the vote. First week of October, this is going to pass. There was someone who was coming in for Cheryl Connolly's seat, and that got us to 217. On September 23rd, Rep. Holva's successor is going to be sworn in. It's going to go to the Senate. Schumer has already called for it being brought up in the Senate. This is the first time that the survivors are going to have justice. This is the first time that you've had Republicans, Democrats, MAGA progressives coming together to pass something. It's hopefully a moment of healing, not just for the victims or for this nation. If from the pain of the survivors, we find the will to start to bring this country together around principles, around basic principles, then maybe we can turn the corner as a nation. But I'm hoping between now and September 23rd, we may have one or two Republicans who find their voice and say, yeah, I'm going to stand up for survivors. And if Nancy Mace can do it, and Marjorie Taylor Greene can do it, and Lauren Boebert can do it, maybe the White House will be initially annoyed, but they will understand that I'm standing up for something actually that Trump and Vance campaigned.
Okay. I strongly encourage you to do that, Cash. This issue is not going to go away. And I think the essential question for the American people is this. They know that Epstein trafficked young women. They want to know who, if anyone else, he trafficked these young women to. And that's a very fair question. I want to know that answer. And I think you're going to have to do more to satisfy the American people's understandable curiosity in that regard.
Personally direct that investigation so that you would sign such a...
Did I personally direct what investigation?
Of the Epstein records for any reference to President Trump?
Again, you are citing reporting that I think is baseless. We conducted an investigation of the Epstein case files pursuant to the direction of the President of the administration to provide all credible information, and we are working with Congress pursuant to a congressional subpoena to turn over all the documents we can. All individuals.
Who at DOJ and FBI was responsible for its drafting and conclusions?
Many individuals at the Department of Justice and the FBI are responsible.
There was no lead person?
The Attorney General leads the Department of Justice, and I lead the FBI.
So the Attorney General was responsible for that?
The initiative has attracted rare bipartisan support, uniting Republicans, Democrats, progressives, and conservatives. Advocates emphasize this as the first opportunity for survivors to see real accountability. Leaders in both chambers, including Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, have already signaled support. Many view the effort as a potential moment of national healing rooted in principles of justice and transparency. At the core of the matter is a pressing public question. Epstein trafficked young women. Who else, if anyone, was involved? Lawmakers and the public alike are demanding clear answers. The Department of Justice and FBI have confirmed they are working under congressional subpoena to provide all relevant documents. Against this backdrop, Trump's visit to Windsor Castle was disrupted by an unprecedented protest. On the evening of his arrival, demonstrators projected massive images onto the castle walls, showing Trump alongside Jeffrey Epstein and Prince Andrew. The display immediately drew the attention of onlookers and spread quickly online. For a former president seeking to project strength and credibility abroad, the optics were damaging. Rather than a grand welcome, headlines focused on the resurfacing of Epstein's shadow and Trump's ties to past controversies. Analysts noted that while the protest did not constitute a security breach, it was a major diplomatic embarrassment. As Trump continues his overseas engagements, this incident underscores how unresolved scandals follow him onto the world stage, complicating efforts to reset his political image.